a table report and how you can use grouping and sorting using page header and page footers. So page headers and page footers, we did not use it. Then how can, we embed the image, then using page numbers and interactive sorting. Okay. This is very, very simple report to understand. So anybody can create this report. Okay. So to open bits. So already we have open bits. So design and go to Solution Explorer and right click on reports and add new item. So choose report. Now this is access numbers, I think what we are talking about. This is actually access number 3. So I have added the report, a blank report. Now we need the data set, data source and data set. So right click on data sources, go to report data. So this window is not available. You can get this window in view. Okay, view report data. Add data sources, add data source. Let me connect to bank data source, my bank data source. Now SQL Server I'm using, connection string I'm using, so local SQL Server. So click on edit and put localhost or dot. So you can use bank database, Indian Bank, and test connection succeeded. So click OK. This is perfect. Set. So add data set. Oh, customer data. Full names. Use dataset embedded. I'm going to discuss what is shared and what is an embedded. Okay. And data source is my bank data source. The query, let me write the query here. So I'm just taking a new query. Star table name. I have a table name called account master. Evo is not necessary. You can just remove this. It's working fine. Then I would like to have a simple branch wise comma sum of branch wise, say product ID wise, sum of C balance. Okay, as total balance. Group by. So whatever you need to have, we have, all of them have to be here. Okay, I have some query. So this gives me a branch wise, product wise sum of clear balance. So I'm taking this query, keeping it here. So make sure that your query is working fine. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult for us to debug the SSRS. It's fine. Now I'll go to toolbox and I'm taking a table. So let me give you a branch ID here and PID here. Let me give a total balance there. So if you need to modify the names and all, instead of BRID, you can say branch name. Okay. This is column headings. Instead of, you can say product name or the ID. And you can also do central alignments and do some formattings. And bold and background is a yellow. And if you want to save it. And if you want to give any report name, so drag and drop text box. So you can say report ICICI Bank alignment and bold it. You may increase the font if you want to, and just take out this. Now if you need some background color also you can have. Now your report is ready. Now I'm just previewing the report. Okay, so this is a sales report for ICICI Bank. So branch name, product name, total balance. Okay, this is how you can create a simple report. So now already we have created. So this is very simple. But let me show you how to create different options over there. Now, if I go to design mode, I'm I'm providing how to keep header and footer. So to do that, go to report, add page header. So I'm clicking on this. So you will get page header here and go to report, click on add page footer. So you have page header, you have a page footer. So in the page header, okay. So in the page header, so I'm repeating the steps. Okay. You go to report, add page header. Now go here, add page header. You should be able to get the page header. Now if I want to get the page footer, just go to report and click on add page footer. Okay. Now let us understand what all we have done. We have done, we have created a data source. We created data, then we had added data region. Okay. Add data region, then formatted the report using some colors. Okay, we have added name. I'm just now adding page header, footer. This is what we have done so far. Create a data source, create a data set, add data region. What is the data region we have added? Table. Okay. You have formatted the report. Okay. So we have formatted the report, added report name, added report name, yes, added page header and page footer. In the page header, we're supposed to have a company logo and company name. So this is what is known as a page header. So to provide company name, you need to drag and drop text box. So drag and drop text box. So that's simply keeping it here. And so double click. So say ICICI Bank Limited, Andheri East, then say Mumbai, some pin code. Now, this is what is the company's address, and you can also provide a company's logo. So to provide company logo, go to Toolbox and click on image, drag and drop image, and just keep it next to the. Okay, I'm repeating the same step. Go to Toolbox, drag and drop image, and leave it to leave next to the address. So you have to go for select the image source. We have three external embedded database and choose embedded and use this image. So in this you have to click on import. So you have used it embedded, then click on import. So you have pictures in your computer. So go for some sample pictures. So let me choose. This is my logo for the company. You can take anything. So I'm just opening. So penguin got selected. So this is the image as my logo and click on size. And in the size, what you have to do is you have to click on fit to size. You need to click on fit to size. Click OK. Now just properly align it. You can just, so this is your image. So click save and you can just preview. Now every page will have ICICI Bank Limited, Andheri East, Mumbai, and you will also have a company's logo there. Okay, so this is what is about the header. So in the footer, normally you will be having what is known as page numbers, the website of the company, then creation date of the report, all of them you need to include. So let me go back to design mode once again. You need to drag and drop a text box. So to have a page number. So here you have to write number, page number. So the cursor would blink. So in this, what you have to do is go to report data. If you expand built-in fields, so you know data source, you know data set, you know parameters. Okay. Now above that, you need to have built-in field. You have a page number. Drag and drop the page number here. That's it. Nothing else you have to do. Okay. Then if you want to keep it central, so just keep it here so that centrally aligned, then save, then preview. Now you have page number 1. Okay. Now if you need execution time also, then definitely you have to go for execution time. So let me go for the design. For the execution time, I need to have space. So what I'll do is I'll just this set. I'll take a execution time. So drag and drop another text box. Okay, here and execution time I would like to keep. Put this and preview. You will have execution time is February 15th, 2013, like that. Okay, so you can have page numbers, you can have header, footer. If you don't need the header and footer, again go to design mode and simply you have to go to report and remove page header and remove page footer. If you need, you can just have it. Otherwise, don't need. Clear? So if you need the website, so simply have a text box and provide www.icicbank.com like that. Okay, so all of them are important for you to understand. Need the page color, the colors, the background image. If you want to check, all of them also can be done. Okay. Now, if you want to give a background image to the design, so right click here and body properties. I'm talking about the body. I'm not talking about header and footer. So I'm right clicking on the body. So body properties. So you need to fill something. So I don't have any color. If I want to fill a body color, I can choose the color here. So this is the color, body color we can have so that the report will have a different color. Okay. So if you don't need this color, if you need image and go here, right click body properties, then no color, then you can put some image, select the image. So external again, click on this and sorry, use this image. So some image, I think, right? The image I have. So I have, select embedded image, go to import, then choose some background image. So let me use tulips. So this is my image. So click OK. So this is also you can do that. Okay. So background image can be changed, background colors can be changed, and you can do anything on top of that. You can create your report. Okay. So this is very, very simple thing for you to understand. Please. Okay. If you need a table to be visible, then you can create a borders and all. So go to design. So select whatever you need. So I'm selecting all these things. because I need border. So there is a border here and select that. Okay, then click on preview. Now you have a branch name, product name, total balance. So here you have very good, the thing you're able to understand. So report you would like to have. Go back here and there is, you right click and go to Tablix properties. You have, there are some page break options. Page break, add page break before, add page break after. Okay, keep together on one page if possible. Then row header, repeat the headers rows on each page. Keep headers visible while scrolling. If you check these options, you can understand. So what happens if you have a number of pages, repeat the header rows on the each page. That means the header row would be repeated. If you have 10,000 pages, so header will be there. Otherwise, the header will not be there. Only data will be available. But header will be available only on the first page. Okay. Make sure that you are doing this. And also, while scrolling, what happens? The column names will go up, but customer needs while scrolling the header. Then please keep header visible while scrolling. Header in the sense we're talking about the column names and all. Okay, so column. Repeat the header columns on each page. Keep header visible while scrolling. So you can keep all these things, column headers, row headers, all of them you can just keep it. Okay. Then add a page break before and add a page break after also. Keep together on one page if possible. So add a page break after, add a page break before. Okay. So what do you mean by this add a page break? If you have some data, okay. So let me show you. This is very, very important concept to understand. Add page breaks. So this is my report. Okay. Inside the report, I have some data. So if I fill the data like this, completely, then definitely there is a problem for the SQL server to get all the data. So instead of what I do, data like this, I'll give some page break here. This is a break, also a break. Okay, so page before the data, so above the data, and page break after. Okay, so when you provide page break before and page break after, what happens is the data gets split into many pages. Okay, so you have say 10,000 rows of data. 10,000 rows of data will get splitted either using a page. It will create 10 rows or 20 rows or 30 rows. It will create number of pages and it will give you the first page data first. Now, you think of a Google. So when you click on a Google, what happens is you search for SQL Server. So Google will search, Google will give you number of page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it will give you first page immediately to you. Third page, fourth page, fifth page, it will be loading the data while you are busy with the first page itself. So this is what is known as paging configurations. But without the pages, if SQL Server or if the Google is giving all the data in one shot to you, definitely which will be very, very slow. Because if you're searching for a SQL Server, it has to complete the search for all the data about the SQL Server. It may take 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 1 minute. So Google got the entire data. Now it has to display entire data in a single page. So instead of providing all the data in the single page, what we can do is we can have the pages. So 10 rows in the first page, 10 rows on the second page, 10 rows on the third. So immediately SQL Server or the Google need not check for entire data. It has to get only top 10 rows. So once the top 10 rows are ready, it will give you the first page. So once it will give you first page data, the second page it would be doing it while the user is busy with the first page. So this is known as a simply a technique to make user busy so that user will not feel Google is taking lots of time. The same concept has been implemented in reportings also. If you add page break before and after, what happens is it will give you breaks and it will create many number of pages. Okay, for example, you have 20,000 rows you're supposed to get in this report. But what happens when you have page break options, it will get all 20,000 rows, but it will not, give you all 20,000 rows at one shot. Only the top 10 rows, top 20 rows will be given in the first page. And while you're busy with the first page, it will be doing background, work for the building second page, third page, fourth page, fifth page, sixth page, seventh page, like that. So definitely by, making the user busy, reporting server, you think that report server is faster. No, actually report server or reporting services or report is not the fastest. Report will be slow only, but it will make you busy so that you will not feel report services busy. Okay, same concept, the pagination concept we are talking about, the Google, the same concept has been implemented in the reports also. Okay, so if you give page break before and page break after, which will give you some breaks before and after, it will create many number of pages so that when you click on a preview of the report, first it will build the page number 1 with 10 rows, 20 rows, whatever it is. So next time what happens is, so while you're busy with the first page, it will keep building second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, nine, 10, like that. If you have huge data, this concept is very, very beautiful. Actually got it from hotel. If you go to any restaurant, what happens? So you give the order. When you give the order, what happens is the hotel wala will take 30 minutes to prepare your food, but he will make you busy by providing some kind of a snacks, some kind of a biscuits or cool drinks or whatever it is. So those items will be given to you so that you will not be feeling that the food is late for you. Okay. So difference between page break after and before means, so before means above the data. Above the data you will get some page breaks. After means, after the data you will get some kind of a page break. So that is before and after. Above the data, below the data, we will have some kind of a page breaks. So page breaks always will give you some kind of a report. You think that report is faster, but actually report is not faster. Instead of giving 2000 rows at one shot, which will give you a 10 rows first in the first page, then while you are busy with the first page, it will make the second and third page. That's it. This is the technique, but reporting service is not doing any quick process. You need to understand that. That is what is page break options. You can also use that. Okay, if you want. I don't have many number of pages, but when you have many number of pages, so definitely. So now the page breaks and everything I have created. So I need to set properties. Now first page I have some blank, spaces and all. So which is giving a first page as a first, it is giving a break. And one more thing you need to understand, if you have a huge gaps here, then definitely you will unnecessarily have blank pages. And this is a real, problem in the production. So people normally, when you export the data to production or the PDF files, what happens is you will have lots of gaps because your body has lots of, the space. So you need to cut this space. So make sure that whatever you have done, immediately you need to cut these spaces. Okay, this is also a important question. So once you do with the report, the remaining, the designer space, you have to remove it. Okay. Now it is giving unnecessarily another page breaks and everything. That because I have only one page, which is giving it the second page, not in the first page. Okay. So you have to make sure that use this concept only if you have huge data, not everywhere. Okay. Otherwise, you need to create page settings, number of rows per the page, and all of them you have to set it. So how do you do that? Right click, go here, tablets properties, then page break after before. I'm just removing it. And if you need the columns, give it. Otherwise, you don't give it if you have less data. So you have to make sure everything is working perfectly. If you have, three number of pages, four number of pages, don't use this because there is no, sense to add, page breaks and all of them. If you have huge number of data, okay, then definitely adding page break will give you a good sense. Okay, for example, if you have a page is, a report is taking 10 minutes of time to preview, or a report is taking more than 10,000 pages need to be displayed, or more than hundreds of pages need to be displayed, then definitely that concept would be useful. Otherwise, it is not useful. Okay, so this is also very, very important. Very, very simple things. You need to just click on those options so that you should be able to choose page breaks and all of that. Okay, one more thing we have to speak about is normally people will have page number. After the page number, many people, they need what kind of reports, page 1 of 10, page 2 of 10, page 3 of 10, page 4 of 10. That is what people will love to do that. So to do that, go to design, page number. After the page number, you say, sorry. So I'm just putting it page number. Where is page number? This is the page number. I'll just remove this. So after page number, what they do is they'll put off. Next off, they'll say total number of pages. Where is total number of pages? I have total pages. Once you put, you will get this kind of data. Previewing it. You will need to have page 1 of 1. I have only one page data, so I have only page 1 of 1. But if you have thousands pages of data, you will have 1 of 1,000, 2 of 1,000, 3 of 1,000, 4 of 1,000 like that. If you have 20,000 pages, you have 2 of 1,000, 1 of 1,000 like that. But giving 1 of 1, 1 of 2, 1 of 3 is very, very bad if you have many number of pages. Why? So when you create a report, first SQL Server has to get the data. The data may be, huge data. So it has to split the data into pages. Then after splitting, it has to count number of pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it will count. So the count is say 4,000 pages. After counting that number, it has to write this. Write it here. Okay. Now to write that, SQL Server has to wait lots of time, because report server has to wait lots of time to get the total count. So definitely the report will be very, very slow, because it is getting the data and it is splitting the data, it is counting the number of pages, and the total count it has to keep in the day one, page 1 onwards. So definitely it is very, very good if you have very less number of pages, but this is very, very bad if you have huge number of pages. Okay, so make sure that if your client is saying my report is very, very slow, can you just improve the report performance? This is one technique people would use it. What is the technique people would use it? If people are talking about my report is slow, that means what? The report is heavy with the data. Now, if you have total number of pages there, please make sure that you remove that, because it has to count all the pages and come to the first page and include that. Then you need to add page breaks and all of that. And one more thing, instead of writing the data sets in a query, the query here use stored procedures. Okay, you may not be able to understand stored procedures if you don't know SQL Server, but make sure that instead of writing query, you use the stored procedures. Stored procedures will give you always best performance, for anything. Okay, never use a text or the query. Text means you will need to write the query here. That's it. But when you click on a store procedure, you will gain the high performance. Okay, and we will also show you how to use store procedures in next classes. Okay, so these are the few tips you need to understand. Sorry. So it's working perfect. Okay, you need to understand. So always never use total number of pages in your page, format, and never use, queries. Instead of queries, you go for the stored procedures. Okay, then always if you have huge data, always go for the having page breaks before and after, so that the pagination will happen, so that you will have many number of reports will be displayed, but always SQL Server or the reporting service will display the first page so that user will be ready with the data. So, okay, these are the few techniques to improve the report performance. Clear? So this is a simple report, but I showed you few options in this report. So how to add page header, page footer. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Okay. So this session today, and tomorrow we'll have with one more report. We have few more reports to be discussed. All these are comes under authoring part. Authoring means how to create a report. You need to know after that how to manage the report and how to deliver the report. Okay. Thank you guys.